Troy from Zia Comics here, and I've got another travel log for you. But before we get to that, I'm going to ask you one favor, man. Subscribe. It don't cost you anything, and it really helps us out a lot. Okay, that's done. Pandering over. Southern New Mexico State Fair. Here in New Mexico, for some reason, the northern part of the state and the southern part of the state do things completely different. Completely different environments, different weather. Everything's different. So they have the state fair up Albuquerque, Santa Fe area, but we have the Southern New Mexico State Fair. I haven't seen that in too many other states, but yeah, New Mexico, and here in the South, we do it on our own. I went to this. It's fun. It's a good way to spend a whole day. They open during the day, so we went during the day and stayed through the night. It's very centered around rodeo, and we're still in an agriculture area, so it's still centered around a lot of the rodeo type stuff. But it has your typical carnival fair type vendors. You get to go at your annual intake of fair food, your turkey legs and your funnel cakes, what have you. And then you get to go around and check out all the different displays and all the buildings. And if you're brave enough, you can get some tickets and ride the rides. So without further ado, let's get into the Southern New Mexico State Fair. The Southern New Mexico State Fair logo, and you can see they tacked the "and rodeo" down here at the bottom. Like I said, still rural, still a lot of rodeo and farm related stuff. And here is a map layout of the fairgrounds, so you can see there's quite a bit of stuff to go and see and do. First stop, Livestock Barn. It's still daylight out, so I wanted to get these out of the way. And look, they're judging goats today. We went on a Saturday. I believe they started on Thursday, and they judged some of the other animals you'll see when I go through those barns. They already had ribbons on some of the poultry and the rabbits. But here we go. You saw the judge up at the front deciding which goat is going to get the ribbon. On to the poultry barn. The best of show kept hiding her head. She didn't want to peek out and let us see her. But the reserve best of show, this rooster had it all out on display. Pretty bird. So then we move over to the turkeys. And I don't know how to judge these animals, but the only thing I could think of was those big turkey legs they had outside. I kept thinking of that, and Thanksgiving and stuffing would go really good with these guys. And now on to the rabbit barn. We're going to go see the Easter bunnies, guys. So they told me the difference when I asked them between open rabbit and market rabbit. One is your for eating rabbit, and the other is your for looking at rabbit. I don't remember which is which, but I believe the market rabbits are the bigger ones that they send out to eat. So yeah, these are some pretty bunnies. Some of them are going to be pets. Some of them are going to be dinner. Oh, poor bunny. Went up to the holding staging area, and there's some cool things there, like this sheep that looked like he was wearing leg warmers. And these cows, if you look real close, they got mohawks right down their spine. I thought that was kind of cool. And I was really jealous of this guy being able to sit there and take a nap. One of the big reasons you go to the fair, of course, is to get fair food, stuff you don't normally get every day. So this guy here, Sugar Drip, has some of the most amazing cotton candy. But if you take it and mix it with soda, a clear soda, Sprite, Mountain Dew, you get an awesome drink. But he went a few steps beyond that. You're going to see here in a second. He's going to put all kinds of sugar on that thing, man. I think I went into a sugar coma after I had this. Marshmallows and cotton candy and soda, and just look at that. That was one amazing drink, and it lasted a good while. Other fair food, this was the main drag for all the food. There was other food vendors in different spots here and there. This was the main drag. You always get your big turkey legs and funnel cakes and everything else. If you were tired of walking, you could take the train, the Moose Caboose Express, and adults were allowed. So this train went all around the fairgrounds. It was a cool little thing for the kids to see. They had some cool entertainment, like these stunt riders. They put on a good 15-20 minute show, just doing all kinds of different jumps and tricks, aerial stunts like this. It was it drew a crowd. I won't lie. Pretty cool. I don't think I could do it myself. I used to do that on my bicycle, and I had a few wrecks, and I haven't done it since. The rodeo is really the highlight of the fair for a lot of people, and this is the line at 7 p.m., which is when the rodeo started, and they opened the gates to get in. You could go in and sit earlier, but you would just be sitting there staring at the dirt, and we decided, hey, we'll go back at 6:30. This is line at 6:30. Took us 1 hour to get in. We missed the bull riding, but we did get to see the calf roping. Can't really get behind this. I don't like how they choke them and then slam them on the ground to tie them up. I kind of like the women when they do it with the catch and release one. But the barrel racing was really cool. You got to see some really, really pretty horses that were really talented, like this one here. And you can see when he comes around this last barrel how he squats down and takes off. Boom. So that was a highlight of the rodeo. The main attraction at most state fairs is the rides. And the Southern New Mexico State Fair did not disappoint. Look at all these lights. They were lit up like Vegas after dark. You could get an all-day unlimited ride pass, and a lot of kids did. There were a few people riding in the daytime, but at night, after it cooled off, this place was packed. These rides were pretty cool, pretty amazing, kind of standard. You see them at most fairs. And my favorite thing was seeing this right across the way from the same thing with a different name. And here's the only ride that I would actually consider riding at the state fair. I'm a fan of America's Got Talent, so this was kind of cool to see the puppy pals on there doing their dog performance stunts and tricks. It was kind of cool. And then at the end, you got to take pictures with them. Southern New Mexico State Fair 2022. It was a lot of fun. It was great to have another event post-COVID that everybody got to go out and enjoy themselves. And I'm looking forward to next year. Okay, that was the quick and dirty review for the Southern New Mexico State Fair. Like I said, the Norteños up there in Albuquerque, Santa Fe, they do it different. We do our own down here in the South. Really heavily centered around the rodeo, as you can see, but there's your typical fair stuff going on as well. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait till next year to see what they do again. It's always been fun every year we've gone, and 2022 was no different. Hey, if you like this video and you'd like to see more like it, subscribe. It don't cost you anything, and it does help us quite a bit to make videos like this for you guys for free. And until you see that next video, later, nerds.